I like
candy
the
bar in
simple
here.
stuff.
Nothing's gonna get you booked more than showing your ass, Evie.
Ears where your feet are, and they'd be the size of your feet, or you get little tiny feet
So
where
it's
your
like
ears
I don't want to get too sentimental, but when my family immigrated here 27 years ago to give their kids a better life, I think this is what they had in mind.
That's
This
exactly
is,
what they had.
One
in mind.
day.
Mama, we made it. We're on TV. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, God, I love life sometimes.
When we do these shows, I never talk to Boudreaux about the tattoo. I don't ask about it. I like to ask you, what is it and why? It looks like a banana, but
It is a banana.
How come?
A lot of my tattoos even the ones I currently have, are like usually like pop culture things that I like, cartoons or different things like that. So this is a
bananas
reference.
are hot right now. Yeah.
Bananas are really hot right now. It's potassium is in. But huge fan of the show Arrested Development growing up. Big fan of Jessica Walter
Oh yeah.
as an actress. But in that show, she's amazing. And
How much is a banana?
Yeah, there's a line in that show when she's referencing the cost of a banana, and she says, "How much could a banana possibly cost, Michael? $10?" Because she's rich and has no idea what the value of money is. And I've always loved that line.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted a tattoo of like a banana with a $10 price tag because of that.
Hell
So this
yeah,
is
dude.
and when I have the opportunity to get it on my ass, I mean that's
Even
it
better.
just writes itself. I mean, honestly,
Hell yeah.
it's perfect. But yeah, so a lot of my tattoos are like references to pop culture things I enjoy. So this
What are
is,
some of the other tattoos you have?
Oh man, you guys South Park fans? You guys know South Park a bit? So I have like a little hula girl on my thigh, and she's naked except for a towel that's covering her, and the towel is Towley.
Towley, okay.
And he's really high. I've got. You guys ever read the Frog and Toad books growing up? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I've got a little. I've got a frog and toad doing their laundry at a laundromat on my thigh.
Yeah.
That's on my lower calf area. That's an homage to me and my brother because that we would both do our family's laundry at the local laundromat. My mom would send us to do that. So that was.
Okay.
He didn't get it because he's a pussy. But he didn't. I wanted both of us to get that tattoo, but he would not.
Right.
What else? I got the Albanian flag on my arm. Oh, I got the Blues Brothers on my other arm. Kind of a little motif. Favorite movie. Also, Belushi, if you guys don't know, is Albanian. And just John. Jim, not Albanian. we don't take Jim.
don't claim-
We don't claim Jim at all. John was very Albanian. Jim
All right, so
is
you have an
something.
Albanian flag, so I assume you're Albanian?
I am.
All right, that would be weird if you weren't.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be really weird.
Family from there?
So I was born there.
You were born there.
I was born there. I immigrated here when I was 6 years old.
Okay, by yourself?
Yeah, I rode across the ocean solo. No, so there's this thing in like underdeveloped countries like Albania where the U.S. Embassy will do a sort of like an application lottery system, basically, where families will submit an application to the U.S. Embassy, basically saying we're not terrorists and we'd love to go over there to start life anew.
Yeah.
My aunt secretly entered us.
Okay.
We didn't even enter, and so
That's my mantra every morning, by the way. I wake up and I say,
Yeah.
I'm not terrorist.
I'm
and
not
I'd
a
like to
terrorist.
be
Which is difficult in my country because a lot of us are bad people. But it's not even a joke. But that's so. Yeah, it was in 1996.
Doesn't make it not funny.
It doesn't make it not funny at all. But it was 1996. We won the green card lottery in 1996.
Nice, congrats.
Huge surprise. And yeah, basically what you do is you just kind of start life anew in the U.S. They give you green cards. They put you somewhere where you have some sort of connection,
Okay, like family or?
like friends or somebody.
Gotcha.
And so we had a like a half blood relative that lived in this small town in upstate New York called Catskill.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's where we went. And then when we got there, he was not there anymore. And we didn't have the money to go anywhere else.
Right.
And so we're like, I guess we live in this small farm town in the middle of nowhere now. And so that's where we were raised. And it's interesting because, like, when your family tells you you're moving to New York, I'm like,
Right.
oh, New York, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I've seen a movie.
Yeah, I've seen Home Alone. I know what
Home
this is
Alone,
about.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was excited, and then we landed in the city, at like 3 a.m. So I was asleep the whole time through
Right.
customs, and then I wake up, and as the sun is rising, we're getting to upstate New York, and I just look outside and I see like abandoned factory, like garage with cars on the lawn, like just houses with furniture on the lawn, and I'm like, did they send us back? What happened? Like I thought my dad. We moved to the Eastern Europe, upstate New York, which is cool. But that was like my thought. I thought we were going to New York. They're like, no, there's more to New York than and candy canes and
I
monkeys.
just
I
learned
don't-
that, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I
There's
thought
more
it-
to New York.
I thought it
Amazing.
was all city.
We moved to, no lie, the poorest county in upstate New York, which is great. So we felt right at home. Yeah. But no, not to shit on us. It's a beautiful town.
What did your parents do when you first got to the country, work-wise? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, they've all just done. My parents don't have college degrees or anything, so it's just like labor stuff. So like, my dad's been a construction worker his whole life, retired a few years ago. My mom just always did odd jobs, waitressing, working at restaurants, things like that. So just
So
trying to build a better life for their kids, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and here
And
you are.
they succeeded.
Yeah. Here
If
you are.
you-
If they could see you now.
If they could see me now,
So you're 6 years old.
Yeah.
You live in the Catskills.
absolutely.
You start going to school. Blah 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 blah. How long did you live in the Catskills?
Mm-hmm.
What age were you when you moved?
I did basically all of all of like school through high school. I was in Catskill, and,
Okay.
and then I went to college up near the Finger Lakes. I was at Cornell in Ithaca, New York.
Okay.
Did a bachelor's and master's.
Did you just slip Cornell in like very casually?
You might not have heard of it.
Because when people look at this video later, they're gonna be like, "This guy's not educated." I don't want them to know.
Which is
I went
why
to an
we-
Ivy League school, assholes. No.
Well, I mean,
But yeah.
Ivy League doesn't mean you make all the best decisions.
That's right.
It's true.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
We've had presidents that have gone there. Yeah. But no, so I was in upstate New York for a long, through college too, because up in the Finger Lakes after that, and then moved to DC for work after that, basically. But
Okay.
I was
So
in New York
did you-
State for a long time.
Did you go to? Did you work in the field that you got your degree in, or?
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely, nobody ever does. I've met 3 people that have.
Oh yeah, no, it really works. So I hated school. I just hate being in a classroom.
A
so
comedian who hated
yeah,
school.
yeah,
That's
comedian.
strange.
Very original. I know. So I was autistic. Yeah, no, very original for a
You
comedian.
were?
No, probably. I was never tested, but I'm pretty sure I was.
Okay.
Am. I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't go
I think
away.
you're being diagnosed right now.
yeah,
Everybody-
exactly. Right. I'm not staring into anybody's eyes. No, so I worked on farms a lot growing up, and
Okay.
I loved kind of being outside, and so I majored in something called Cornell's got a great ag school, so I got a degree called International Agriculture and Rural Development, mostly because I wanted to work outside in greenhouses and things like that,
Okay.
and travel. So I spent like basically all of my summers through undergrad and grad school. I was always working in Africa all the time, just doing like
Really?
agricultural research or like agricultural economics stuff, just like working for internships or contracts I was able to get. So,
Your parents struggle to get you over here, and then you're in a hurry.
and then I'm like, I want to go to somewhere worse. No,
All right, so you farming
yeah,
was important to you. Is it still? Is it a thing you still?
I do.
Do you keep
I do
up
enjoy
with the,
being
with
outside.
the majors and stuff?
Oh,
you
yeah.
collect the cards and all that.
Oh, absolutely. I always tell people like I'm useful in an apocalypse situation because I'll get the crops going. That's
Right,
all.
right.
I got to make myself useful because I'm not running away from anything. I need protection. Not with this body. So I always tell people like if we ever in a situation where we gotta like restart society, just put me to tend the crops and
you
just
go.
get some guys with guns to protect me while I do that
There you go, yeah,
because I can't protect myself. But no, still I just love being outdoors. Honestly, just
Okay.
that life growing up in near farms.
So you moved to DC. Are you doing comedy at that point, or do you start comedy in DC?
I started comedy in DC. I started comedy late. So I was living in DC for 9 years. I just moved to New York like 3 weeks ago, but I started comedy. I'm 33 now. I did my first open mic at 30,
Okay.
so it was late.
Yeah, I mean, well, I started 34.
34.
Yeah.
So I didn't, it was never on my mind. I always loved comedy, but it was something I picked up later.
What was it that was like?
The trigger?
Yeah, like I'm going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
What was it?
It took a while, but it was my brother. My brother and I we would always go see stand-up shows together, and we did a lot of skits and stuff in high school.
He'll do that with you, but he won't get a fucking tattoo.
He won't get a tattoo. Shows where his priorities are, but he always pushed me for years and years, and I was like, no, it's not for me.
Dude,
like,
how cool is it to have that one person who's like, you need to go fucking do this,
Absolutely.
It's like, man, it's such a big difference. I get chills thinking about it. I used to work this, the last job I had, like 13, 14 years ago. I fucking hated it. But there was always this bulldog southern guy, bald. He looked like we would not get along if you looked at the two of us,
Yeah.
But he would always come up to me. He's like, "Boy, you need to get the fuck out of here. You go do stand-up comedy." And I was like, "You don't know how that works." You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
But he always pushed me to do it, man. And like on the day that I did have that fucking snap, that push to go do it, like it was his voice that really made me do it. So it's amazing that your brother saw that in you and that you wanted to do it. And so you go do it. You sign up for an open mic, and then you kill, and here we are, right?
Kill is a strong word, but I had a good time. Let's just say that.
Okay, good.
It wasn't terrible. I didn't get booed off stage. No, I just did it very quietly for a bit. Then the pandemic hit. I did a couple on mics for the pandemic. Pandemic hit, nothing. Did some Zoom stuff. Wanted to blow my brains out. None of that was going on really. But then it was like really after the pandemic. It was like May of 2021 when the vaccine was out and like people were starting to open stuff up again. It was like when I was like, I'm gonna hit the ground running.
You were in DC during the pandemic?
Yeah, I was.
I spent a lot of time in DC during the pandemic because all the people were inside. It was like my favorite. I get to drive around like fucking Will
You can
Smith.
actually see everything without people walking around.
Yeah, it was
right?
fantastic. I could like drive and look to my left or right without people yelling and beeping the horns. You know what I mean? And I was really just going to get weed.
And steal the Declaration of Independence.
That's right. I was trying, but the vaccine comes out and you start to do more and more. And now, did you have any experience? I know a lot of people who started comedy around the pandemic got to spend time with like comics who were usually on the road, but now we're staying home. Did you see a lot of that when you got back to the open mics, that it was like more experienced comics that you can kind of hang out with and pick brains?
Yeah, there's definitely people that are on the road a lot that are hanging around. But I mean, I was just happy to hang out with anybody. Honestly. You know what I mean? Diving into it like that.
I feel like this is why I started comedy. I just wanted to hang out with comedians.
I just wanted to hang out.
I didn't know I could just show up.
Exactly. I can just stay here and you guys won't kick me out.
Yeah, I show up with pills and they'll be like, we're friends now.
There we go. Yeah.
Instead I had to suffer through comedy like a fucking idiot.
I showed up with a notebook and a bag of ketamine. It was amazing, and friendships sprung up. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, I didn't know any names of people. Like, I didn't know who to hang out with or anything like that. So I just sort of dove into mics and things like that, and made friends here and there, and I just fell in love with it after that. It was like sort of that summer of 2021 was like when I was like, you got to go out and do this like every day. Or
what were the things in that first year? What were the things that you were focused on talking about? What was, I mean, comedy changes day to day, month to month, but when you first start, you don't really know much of anything, and you're grasping at whatever will come to you.
Yeah.
What was the act like then, and what I watched you last night. Very funny, dude. It's like when I saw you, I was like, we'll get along. We're both sad people.
You got it. That's me.
Yeah,
you got it.
No, it's in a nutshell.
That's where it comes
to boil
from.
people down to a sentence, and so, so when you first started, what were the things that were on your mind that you were bringing to the stage, and then how is it different now? How has it grown?
Yeah, and I mean, I think I've just. I don't think I've changed a lot, but I've just like dove into my persona more often, which is my persona is just like really me, which is just self-deprecating, sad immigrant humor, which is, I talk about my family. I talk about Albania, things I did growing up. I love to shit on myself. as much as I can, which is this might be a good
Don't
time
do
to
it
mention,
right now.
I have IBS, Boudreaux. Is that it? That's not gonna be a problem. All right.
I was telling everybody earlier. I can't spell,
Alright.
so it doesn't matter.
Boudreaux doesn't know what IBS is. He can't
Just
even
making
spell
sure.
it.
Yeah. I don't have any kind of medical.
I don't know those letters. I don't know those letters. But no, it's always what I've stuck to is usually kind of darker humor, sadder humor. I'm a very quiet person on stage, so I kind of dive into that. And then I talk a lot about personal stuff. I usually make it about me and my family.
I'm very much the same way.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? So I know for me, I don't like to. I don't know. There's something about. I think when I first started, I was like, I'll fucking make a joke about anybody. Fuck the world. Da 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 da. And I didn't even really believe in a lot of the jokes I was writing. It's just they were easy jokes to make about other people.
Yeah.
And then I really don't joke about other people at all. It seems easier to talk about who I am and the way I see things through my eyes.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that it's your style that it's just you? You're the butt of the joke. Look at what I did.
Exactly.
What is that about you that keeps
Yeah.
it self-deprecating and things like that?
I think that's just always how I've been.
Do you hate yourself? No, I mean it's a real. It's a real question. It's a
No, it's okay. I
hate
took my
myself.
effects.
This is like a
morning.
weird way
I
to
can answer
practice
that.
self-love, though. What we're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
I think.
I've always been my own worst enemy, for sure. Like I'm hardest on myself than anybody else. So, yeah, I've always been self-deprecating. So I joke about myself. I'd rather put myself down than other people.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
It is funnier.
Yeah. That's just been me. That's just been my personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. So I asked you if you hate yourself, but do you, as a person?
I mean, look at that ass. How can you hate that? Look
Yeah,
at
dude. I don't hate that
wow.
ass.
Why are you starting to sweat, man?
Dude, I've been sweating. This isn't even really a
man.
podcast. This is just for me.
Yeah, there's no film in
All
those
this footage, you'll never see this footage.
There's no
unless-
film in those cameras.
You'll never see
yeah.
this footage unless you come to my house.
Oh man.
I don't know how any
That's
of this
what that
stuff here
room's
works
for.
at all.
There is a room that I won't let Boudreaux in at my house. There's monitors of all the asses we've tattooed.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So, I asked you if you hated yourself, and
You did.
and she seemed to think that was a bad question, but the answer is kind of yes. But then
Yeah.
the other thing is, like, do you love yourself?
Oh man. So I've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
Therapy works.
Is it the hardest thing you've ever fucking done in your life?
Probably.
Absolutely, right?
I mean, I was, I've been on some sort of antidepressant or anxiety meds for most of my life,
Okay.
like from like high school onwards. So
Yeah.
bounced around a lot of different things. So self-love is a hard thing, but when you find the right balance of a good therapist and a good balance of medication / doing things that allow you to appreciate yourself, I think
All
I'm
right.
better. I'm having way more fun time in my 30s than I was in my 20s. I'll
Yes,
say
sir,
that much.
yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
So my therapist has me
Yeah.
thanking my ancestors and letting it go. So do you feel like part of it is everybody before you lived in a shitty place, had to earn everything and all of a sudden, bam, like you win the lottery.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
literally the
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
immigration
you,
lottery.
Yeah.
you win the immigration lottery, and so like, is that self-deprecation? Like, I got to bring myself down to that level of what they were, because I find myself doing that a lot. Like I think about all those people that came before me, and here I am, like I'm bitching about like, oh, the water's not cold enough, like and like they came across the ocean,
Yeah.
to get here to make me here, you
Yeah.
know. So like, is it part of that? you
I
know?
understand that,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I hate my family, so I don't give a fuck about it.
Well, you're from Boston. You hate everybody, man. Name one person people from Boston don't hate.
Right.
No, that's on point, but because I think I always joke like it's hard for me to like not be humble here, seeing what like my parents went through. I mean, they grew up in Albania was a communist dictatorship for like 50 years. So they, I lost my grandparents to that regime. I lost a lot of like great aunts and uncles and things like that. So seeing the things that they experience. And me coming home being like, I got detention. I'm so sad. My dad was like, yeah, well, I was in a detention camp. You know, what do you like, man the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, man the fuck up a little bit.
I think I hit on something.
No. But it keeps me humble, is what I'm saying.
No, that makes sense, dude.
It keeps me from. I don't complain a lot because I know what they dealt with. So I don't. I try to.
I complain all the time. You said the word balance a few times in there, and to me, I just said that like trying to figure out how to love myself is. It's the work of my lifetime.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do it. I struggle with it every day. I wish I could love myself the way that I love others. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? But you say the word balance. You said it a couple times, and as far as therapy and medication and things like that, where do you find the balance between while you're performing comedy, doing the self-deprecating stuff, and also trying to like actively practice self-love and positive mental health? Like, where's the balance between hating yourself enough to be funny, but loving yourself enough to be healthy?
If you find out, let me know, because I have no goddamn clue. No, I mean,
I don't think I'm gonna find out. My fucking therapist told me the other day I need to be more confrontational, and I was like, I think I need a different therapist.
And my therapist said I needed to get a lot more sleep, and this was at 1 a.m. when I was talking to him. No, it's always a struggle. I always like. I don't want to ever get to the point where comedy becomes. I treat it like work, but if it becomes too much like work, where you don't love it anymore, if you get into that place, If I'm ever getting to that place, I take a bit of a break, or I do something for myself.
That is a question that I love to ask people. Is like, I feel like if you started comedy at some point, 99% of people, if they started comedy, they loved comedy. And then, so the question I like to ask people, and I've been really blessed to like talk to some really phenomenal comedians, and then
not today, but
you guys. But asking, a question I really love is like, do you still love comedy, and do you still love it the way that you loved it when you started?
Absolutely,
you do. It's absolute.
Oh, it's absolute. Yeah,
no
I even like in New York now, where I just moved there 3 weeks ago. It's like I don't get a lot of stage time yet because nobody knows who the hell I am. Right. I just go to watch shows and hang out.
Yeah, and that's the best way.
And there's comics that don't want to do that. They're like, I watch too much comedy. I don't want to hang around and just watch people. But I still love it enough where I'll go to a show and I know that I probably won't get stage time because they don't know who the hell I am.
Some of the best advice I ever got.
I'll just hang out.
Especially going to New York is like, go to shows you're not on constantly. Go to the shows you're on and go to shows you're not on constantly. People will see you, and somebody won't show up one day and you'll have your fucking jokes with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's because you see people that are amazing and it makes you want to work harder. Yeah. And you see people that suck and it makes you think, man, I should get a special soon. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
so it's a nice balance.
Netflix will be. Netflix wants that ass. You know what I mean?
Call me. Man. But no, absolutely. Yeah, I'd still very much. If I can be out there every day of the week, I unless I'm not feeling great or something's going on, I'm out there every day of the week. So,
how do you take care of yourself when you're not feeling great?
Just anything that brings me a bit of joy. I'm a big music guy. I listen to a lot of music. I collect a lot of vinyl. So go buy a record or two, listen to music, read a nice book. I game a little bit. I play video games. Something that gets your mind off of whatever.
Little brain vacation.
A little brain vacation. Something where you don't have to think.
What games you playing right now?
Oh man, I am deep into Hogwarts Legacy because I hate trans people. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I'm playing.
Cut that.
I'm kidding. No,
Cut that.
Another take. No, I'm joking. Although I had that moment, I was like, should I buy this game because I hate J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
But I really love magic.
Well,
I had that moment, but I've been playing that for a while now.
You said you're joking, but that's going to be the only clip we show on social media.
Comedian with an ass tattoo is transphobic. Yeah.
Introducing
Ivy.
I love the title. They're not going to listen to any part of the podcast, just that.
It'll be the most popular video on YouTube.
Viral time.
Love it. Love it. But no, that's what I've been playing lately. Is actually any RPGs like that.
What system?
Big fan. Xbox, whatever the new Xbox is, Series X.
Yeah, nice.
All about it.
Good. Are you a musician at all? Or you just listen to music? Do you partake?
I did for like 20 years. I played tenor saxophone.
Really?
But
Such an odd.
I know, and I started at like 5 when it was bigger than me. You know what I mean? Because tenor saxophone was huge.
Do you still have one?
I never owned my own because they're
Okay.
expensive as hell.
Yeah.
But I always played it through like high school, middle school, high school, and then through part of college. And it was one of those things like when I got into the working world, I always told myself I might get back into it, but I just never did. You know, I just kind of went on the wayside. But
No, hear me out.
yeah.
Have you ever thought about being like a saxophone comedian? You know what I mean?
That's a hack? Yeah. No.
We don't hack shame around here.
Nah, it's never crossed my mind. Mostly because I can only play really good saxophone when I'm on heroin. But
Right,
you know,
right.
as any of the great jazz greats.
That's Hey-Ron, the way they call it.
No, it's one of those things. I'd love to get back into it.
Yeah.
Tenor saxophones are really expensive. That's the only thing. Is like I'd have to buy my own sometime. But
Well, I mean, you're in New York. You can afford it.
yeah, you know,
You
absolutely.
don't, the rent's cheap, and
Yeah.
you just go find a fucking saxophone.
I'll sell an organ or two.
You could be one of those guys who plays the fucking saxophone at the train station. You know what I mean?
That's-
Those guys make more money than comedians.
That's true. My parents would be so proud too. But no, it's big. That's why I still love jazz and blues a lot. That's why
Okay.
a lot of the records I buy are a lot of blues records.
Have you hit any record shops while you've been in town?
I have not. Would love to though.
Is
I got no other shows tonight, so I'm gonna walk around town with a pain in my
There's
ass.
one. There's a couple places to get
Visiting.
some records downtown, and then there's
Yeah.
a shop called Hippo Records you can go check out.
I'll have to
It's
check it
got a-
out.
Yeah, it's got a bunch.
What did you play? You play an instrument?
No, I wish, dude. I was not a very instrumental, not a musical person at all. I just sold the guitar that I bought during the pandemic. I played it once.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I never. There was no encouragement to be artistic from my side. You know, like growing up in Boston, and you know, it was just people yelling at me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna fight, and I'll fight until I don't have to fight anymore, and that'll be it. But I never did anything artistic probably until my mid-30s,
Yeah.
and now I can't not do anything. Now it's just artistic shit, but I feel like I never have the energy or time to.
Yeah.
I asked my friend who's a really good musician. I was like, why do you think I can't fucking play the guitar? He's like, you just don't love it.
Yeah.
And which is totally true. Like all the other, you know, I do other artistic things, and I love those, and so I make time for them.
Yeah.
And while I wish I could play a song on a piano, I wish I could play guitar. I just absolutely can't.
No, absolutely.
One of these days, you know, and by one of these days I mean absolutely never.
Never. Yeah.
A couple quick questions
Yeah.
as we're probably wrapping up, and these are the silly questions that we ask everybody. Favorite candy bar? You can only have one for the rest of your life. All the other ones are completely gone. They don't exist to you anymore. You only have one. What candy bar do you?
Oh
Choose.
man. That's a tough one, man. It's like picking your favorite kid.
I know. But you know that's a bullshit
So none of
question
them?
because
No,
I know that's a bullshit question because I know exactly which one was my favorite.
That's tough. So I'd say hit me with a Twix.
Twix.
Twix is amazing. Left or right, I don't
Left
care.
or right? Yeah,
Either
you're
one.
one of those guys.
I'll take them both.
All right.
Do they taste different? Do you think they taste different?
Yeah, because Boudreaux and I have this conversation all the time. Boudreaux thinks that the fun-sized Twix tastes different than the regular Twix, and I think salted caramel Twix are the best ones, anyways. But he's
So by far the most superior of any candy bar is the bite size, the little squares. I think engineers figured out the perfect ratio of every ingredient and they put in a bite size. It's the best.
You know, it's
By
the
far
same
the
with
best.
penises too.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really
That's right. It's absolutely true.
smaller the better.
That's
No,
right.
That's what I tell myself.
absolutely. I'll have to test that out. I've never heard that theory before. I got to get some regular size and small size.
So we're going Twix.
You got to go bite size. Can't
gotta
be
go
fun
bite
size.
size.
Can't be fun size. Got to be bite size.
It's whatever the smallest one is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got the little square of milk.
Yeah.
I think, dude, Boudreaux, I think that's just because you're poor. I think if you could afford full-size Twix,
Have you seen a full size Twix?
somebody show this guy a full-size Twix.
Get a regular
I
size
like
candy
the
bar in
simple
here.
stuff.
His mom just bought the fun size and crossed out the word fun on all of them. Like, no, this is the size they come.
Here you go, honey. I bought you the biggest Twix they had.
The biggest one they had.
All right. Would you rather have, and this is Seth's question. I always like to preface that. Would you?
No. All right.
You don't have to say it.
I know. I love saying it. It's a good question. I just like to blame it on you. Would you rather have ear feet or feet ears? They function properly.
You can still hear.
You can still hear. So you
But
either
there's
have
feet on my ears.
you have
It's just
ear-sized
strictly cosmetic.
feet or feet-sized ears. Which would you rather have?
Jesus.
Yeah. Because we're doing it right after this tattoo. So.
Oh my God. Feet-sized ears or ear-sized feet? My God. Oh. I'd say give me the feet-sized ears. I can make that work. 'Cause I can fly away. You know what I mean? It's right.
So you got. Yeah. All right.
So I'm saying like the ears would be bigger, right? The size of feet. Is that what I'm saying?
I think they're the.
Am I interpreting this wrong?
Seth?
So you would.
Can I get a diagram? Actually,
So
could
you would
tattoo
get,
it on me? Could you tattoo the diagram on me? Of what it
You
would
would just
look like?
get ears where your feet are, and they'd be the size of your feet, or you get little tiny feet
so
where
it's
your
like
ears would be.
replacing. Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wish I would have got some clarity on that question earlier.
Yeah.
Too late. It's too
Can
late
you
for
use it in a sentence? No.
Language of origin.
Yeah. I think it'd look kind of funny with the little tiny ears on my head.
I think it's fun.
The feet ears. Yeah, I'll do that.
You can wiggle the toes.
Two more questions.
I'll do that. I can wiggle the toes.
I like flopping ears, so I would fucking love my banjo feet.
Yeah.
Fast food? Are you a fast food guy?
Look at me.
Yeah. I mean, I was asking so you could get that laugh.
Look at the size of this ass. Come on. Yeah.
You can only have one fast food restaurant for the rest of your life. All the others don't exist for you. Who do you take? Who wins that?
It's pretty easy for me. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Such a good answer, dude.
Taco Bell.
There's a million reasons. Why is it Taco Bell?
Cheap as hell. They always have something on the menu quick, and they make probably my favorite thing in a fast food place, which is the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Crunchwrap Supreme, yeah.
That's all I need.
You're a big
That's all
Crunchwrap
I need. Give me a Crunchwrap Supreme. That's a meal.
So you go to Taco Bell, that's the order. What do you get?
That's the meal. I get a Crunchwrap Supreme. If I'm feeling a little spicier, I'll get another little 5-layer burrito with it. But the Crunchwrap Supreme is the most filling and affordable thing at any fast food place.
I always went to Taco Bell because I did vegetarian for 4 years, and from the fast food places, Taco Bell has the best vegetarian options. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, Taco Bell's a good.
All about it.
All right,
All
very
about
good.
it.
Good answer.
And this is coming from a guy with IBS that's saying Taco Bell. So that, if I love Taco Bell, that's saying something.
Dude, you might
Get
not
out the
have
way.
IBS. You might just love Taco
I
Bell.
might just love Taco Bell. Oh my God. I got to talk to my doctor.
Diagnosed.
Diagnosed.
There's another question we forgot to ask last night, but this is one of my favorite questions. It's one of my favorite questions. I love to talk to people about it. I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
I feel like peanut butter jelly sandwiches are much like a fingerprint. They're different for every single person. I want to walk you through a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and I need you to answer all these questions honestly. If you
Yeah, no making shit up.
that's right. If you lie, we take the tattoo back. If you fucking all right. So perfect world, you got everything absolutely that you need. You're going to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You go to grab bread. What kind of bread is it?
Like a whole grain.
Whole grain
Like
bread.
a whole grain bread.
You go to grab peanut butter. What kind of peanut butter is that?
Crunchy.
Crunchy. Is
All
there a
about crunchy.
brand?
I've normally gone for Jif most of my
Jif,
life.
crunchy
Yeah.
Jif, and then you go for the other. What are you grabbing?
Like for the jelly or what?
Yeah. Well, I like to ask it like that because sometimes it's jam, sometimes it's jelly.
Oh, well, yeah. So I've done the fluffer nutters. I've done a little fluff.
fluffernutter, yeah.
If I'm going to jam, my mom always used to get this brand of like a peach marmalade. That was really good. I'm a big fan of peaches.
Okay.
So I would do that.
So we're going peach jam.
I would go like a peach marmalade or jam with the peanut butter, and that's perfect.
All right,
If
so,
I'm going spicy, I'll add some bananas to it.
Yeah.
You know my thoughts on bananas.
How much could a banana
How much could it
cost?
possibly? If my family is doing particularly well in the stock market, we'll get a couple bananas. Yeah.
So you got the bread, you got the whole grain bread, you got the crunchy Jif, you got
Yeah.
the peach marmalade. You go into the silverware drawer. You grab
I'll go to the silver drawer. Grab a knife.
grabbing a knife.
Yeah.
We're dipping into the. What goes first on the bread?
Oh, we're talking about order now.
Yeah.
I do the peanut butter down first.
Peanut butter down. 1 piece of bread, 2 pieces of bread.
I just do so if I got them open faced, I'm just slathering one side.
One side.
I'm slathering one side.
All right, and then the marmalade goes on the other piece.
Marmalade goes on
on top of the peanut butter.
on top of the peanut butter.
And then you got a naked piece of bread.
And then I got a naked piece of bread and I smack it. Yeah.
And then how are we cutting it? Are we eating it like a savage?
Oh, I like a diagonal cross cut,
Yeah.
but I keep the crusts on.
That's how you know your parents loved you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The people who cut it diagonally
Yeah.
grew up with love in their life.
Yeah. It's very true.
And people, it's absolutely true. It's amazing.
Very true. We were in a stable 2-parent home. Yeah. It was good.
I feel so. I've literally asked that question to about 100 people, and no 2 people have ever answered it even remotely the same.
Yeah.
So, and that's an interesting answer because I've never gotten the fucking marmalade before. So
Yeah.
congratulations to you.
Peach marmalade.
Peach marmalade sounds fantastic.
It's amazing.
The first time I ever walked into this building, I had just moved to the city, and I was taking a walking food tour, and this was a farmer's market, and there was a guy in here named Jammin' George, and he sold, jams.
Jammin'
And,
George.
I bought some peach jam. And
He
it
was also
fucking
a drug
fantastic.
addict.
He was, no, 1,000,000%. Nobody missed it. How we doing, Boudreaux?
We're done.
We're done.
Jammin' George.
Yo, Evie, I want to say thank you for being
Absolutely.
here, dude. Thank you for
Dude,
letting
thank you
us.
so much, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
do
it.
this to you.
Fantastic.
Thank
Boudreaux, I
you
love
to
it.
you guys for being here at 10 fucking a.m.
thanks for coming out
and
early.
everyone. Boudreaux?
Does anybody want to take a picture of Evie to show him his ass?
Yeah, Seth, let's take a picture here.
Everyone get out your phones, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys
Sincerely,
for being
thank y'all
here.
very
For
much.
those of you who were here last night, we really fucking appreciate you. Those who were here this morning, you guys are better than everybody from last night. Thanks to Steve Lesser, Jenny Stencil, the Idiot Boss Comedy Club, producer Seth, Boudreaux, man, you guys are so fucking
Thank
cool.
you so much for the idiot box.
Even there you go.
It wouldn't
There
be
it is.
possible. If y'all
thing
could
of
like,
beauty.
share, and subscribe the show, it helps us move it along. All of us would much rather do this than what we do every day. So
I mean, this is all I do, so I don't give a fuck.
This is
not all
what
I
you
do.
want to do every day.
With you.
I just want a tattoo.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
The universe is not trying to test you, upset you, forget you. It's just chaotic, exotic, it flaunts it, it haunts us, it tries not to taunt us. The universe is not fighting or spiting, it's simply abiding. It's something we got, we get hit, we get down, we get up, we get going, and we're gone, and we're gone.